Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Turf Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Gabe Dowd, and joining me are my two co-hosts, Nick Walters, Big Wop, and Dom Capuano. And boys, it is episode 31. Do we want to know what we're doing for episode 31?
I mean, why wouldn't I?
Well, usually you got something to say before I go into it. You don't have anything to say yet. Dom, how are we doing today?
How am I doing? I'm doing well.
We went and hit some golf balls at the range.
We did. We hit some golf balls. I found out that I belong on a golf team.
He needs a driver.
I also need a driver.
We're going to get him there. Nick, what did you do today? How are we doing?
I did not do anything today, believe it or not.
So wow, exhilarating. I love it. Good to know.
I sat on the couch and I watched
We played pass.
We did.
We went to Walmart. We bought some CDs.
I watched a Broncos game from 12 years ago.
Living in the past, it seems.
2013 week 2, Broncos at Giants, 38-16.
Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Any honey buns? Any snacks?
Nah.
No snacks?
I'm on a diet.
You haven't relapsed yet?
No.
Okay, all right. I'm surprised.
2 days strong.
For episode 31, boys, we're going to be giving... Well, we're not going to be giving. We're going to review CBS's 2025 win total predictions. Because I think
they're bullshit.
Yeah,
they're bullshit.
Exactly. I think they're going to differ a ton from you two, especially.
Yeah.
There's glaring ones right off rip. I also want to go with Nick's favorite broadcaster of all time, Nick Wright. We're going to be reviewing his top 10 storylines going into next season's games. Because I think they're all a crock of bullshit. Well, not all of them, most of them.
No.
There's about 7 or 8 of them where I'm like, I don't see one person who's jumping for joy to see that game. Granted, I will watch every single one of them, but I don't think that they're all great. But we're going to get to that. And we also have Dom's favorite football league of all time, the UFL Week 8 scores and standings.
Boo.
And there will be one more surprise segment I won't get into. You got to stay to watch it. It's hosted by Nick Walters, Big Wop.
Sir.
So without further ado, Dom, after you hydrate yourself.
With my ladybug cup.
I wouldn't call it a ladybug, but it's got...
Just Hello Kitty polka dot.
Yeah, that's what I would have went for.
Who we did find out is, in fact, not a cat.
Yeah, I heard that over the weekend. I told you we researched it, and we found out Hello Kitty is not a cat. So
human girl. I don't know where that came from. But
why is it called Hello Kitty?
Exactly.
We need the answers.
Well,
we need the answers.
On the topic of football, not Hello Kitty.
I mean, it's a pretty good topic.
The Ravens are extending star running back Derrick Henry to a 2-year, $30 million deal. So Grandpa is getting an extension.
Wow, Grandpa. Okay. But what do we think of it? Do we
I
agree with it? Do we like it?
After the numbers he put up today.
I was going to say, people might say the price tag is steep. He's producing.
It's worth it.
Yeah, and the team needs it. So
yeah.
With the drought of running backs they've had over the years, they need to maintain him as long as possible, especially if he's going to keep playing at the level he is.
Yeah.
So, as of last year, we had a doubleheader. This year, we have a triple header on Christmas Day.
Yeah, we finally got the schedule finalized.
And so we're looking like we got the Cowboys versus Commanders, which is going to be an awful game.
Exhilarating.
The Lions versus the Vikings, which if the Vikings are anything like they were last year, can be a very, very exciting game. And last but not least, we have the Broncos who are going to manage to lose by a bullshit field goal versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
You know it's true.
Whoa, why are you already down on ourselves?
I'm not down on us. I'm down on the ref's ability to keep it.
Yeah, the Chiefs are going to pull
So
some
you already
bullshit.
have the mindset that we're losing on Christmas Day.
Yeah, because then if we don't, I'll be happily surprised. You got to prepare yourself.
You're the most negative.
He has a strat.
You're the most negative son of a bitch I've ever met.
If you guys win, he's going to be super happy. If you guys lose, nothing happens because he already expected it.
No, see, this is where this is BS because he will text me game day morning all hyped and all that. And then the minute the game starts, he's going to be every Sunday we go through
the
this.
Second our first punt happens,
the
game is over.
Monday through Saturday, it's typically Nick. Oh, we're going to lose. This game's going to suck.
The ball was punted one foot short.
Then an hour before kickoff, this kid's blowing my phone with how excited he is and kickoff and hype up. First offensive series. If it even fails a little bit, the kids tell me the game's over.
The first 2-yard run, game's over.
I remember when we started off 2 seasons ago with the onside kick and you lost your mind when the fucking flag was thrown. But we'll save that for another topic.
Well, next up, we have Patriots star defensive tackle Christian Barmore, which we've heard a lot about this past season, has been cleared for football activity since having his 2024 season cut short due to blood clots.
The fact that we're finally past the blood clots itself is amazing itself because I could have sworn I read a report last season that he wasn't going to play football again, most likely.
Yeah.
So I'm glad only within a year they're getting it back. And God, dude, this Patriot defense is going to be crazy. Milton Williams and Christian Barmore in the interior line. I'm excited to see what Vrabel can get out of that group.
I'm excited for their offense. Stephon Diggs, see how he produces with Drake May.
Well, Nick, you want to let us know what happened today at OTAs?
So, Drake May, in his first 8 passes, threw 4 interceptions, 2 to Christian Gonzalez.
Now, some say this was 11 on 11,
rookie.
and some say it was 7 on 7. Wherever we're reading it from, you said it earlier. Does it really matter which grouping it was in? Whether it's on air, no pads, not.
Yeah.
We need to be seeing good reps.
He was warming up.
No. You should be working from the second the season ends all the way up to the next season.
We got word today that Bo Nix is taking the wide receiver group on a trip
on a vacation
to go throw and just stay in a house together
and wide receivers
to get to know each other and work on chemistry.
Team bonding, if you will.
No, I'm not saying that every team has the time for this, but I'm sure there's something Drake could do to get on board with his receivers. Hell, figure out his
like not throw it to the defensive backs. Yeah.
Apparently, they were all Gonzo.
No, there were 2 to Gonzo. One was to a rookie, and one was to somebody else. I can't remember.
I mean, if it's Gonzo, at least it's Gonzo. It's better than nobody picking him off.
Like an undrafted free agent rookie.
I mean, if that happened, then great.
It did.
Okay, cool. Perfect.
I'm a number one Drake May hater.
Okay, but wait, can we address that real quick?
No.
Did he not like Drake May when we first started the pod? Early episodes.
I've never once liked Drake May.
I feel like we can go back in clips, and there are parts of you defending me and Dom saying that the kid's got potential.
I mean, we saw beautiful balls out of him.
Yeah, we sure did.
You didn't have to laugh. You were fine.
Well, the second I looked over at Nick and he gave me that face.
The one time Nick doesn't do a word.
He gave me a blank stare, and it just reminded me of every single side eye he's ever given me.
But no, I want to call him on his bullshit because I swear this kid was on Drake my side. I'm going to have to eventually.
Listen to every episode. I have not once claimed
That's a lot of
Drake
episodes. That's 31 including
listen
today.
to all 31. Go listen to the practice one we didn't even post. We
don't mention that episode. That episode didn't make the
That
final
was good.
cut.
That was good.
That was a good episode, but we won't. Yeah. Do we have that file still or no?
Definitely not. That file's long gone.
We should go back and see. That would have been a great one to look back on. We've come a long way.
Nick, bring us to the next piece.
Staying on our topic, a very on-topic episode so far. The 49ers and quarterback Brock Purdy have agreed to a 5-year, $265 million contract.
The enthusiasm that is radiating off your face. Please tell me how you feel.
This
49ers
is the
future's done.
Stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. No offense, because Brock Purdy is not a bad quarterback, but
is he
he's so easily replaceable.
But is he excellent?
No.
No.
He's not 5-year, $265 million.
$181 million guaranteed.
The 49ers situation reminds me most of the Bengals. They're paying what? They're paying Fred Warner a bag.
God, do we want to compare the Bengals can't even get the rookie on board, let alone Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah, that's true.
They've got a whole other situation.
They're like Swiss cheese, but
terrible.
Good analogy.
But
it's a dumpster fire in the NFC.
Yeah, that's where the 49ers are going to. But the good news is that we saw it with Brock Purdy, we saw it with the rest of the 49ers team. There was no sitting out, there was no like demanding a new contract.
Yeah.
He still, even before he signed this contract, was still participating
off
in
of
team meetings.
Very no money.
Yeah.
Very little money.
And I
so
feel
kudos to him. That's respect.
I feel like that's how it should go.
Yeah.
We had this argument.
I mean, he waited out. It took a year. It did take a full year. They started this last offseason. I mean, I guess it was worth the wait. I mean,
he got his money.
You got more than your money.
Extension.
You got a bag and then some.
The 49ers were able to save the money last season.
Don't get me wrong. I like Brock Purdy. I just don't think he's... I said this last year with Bo Nix. I think if you put Bo Nix in the 49ers offensive system, light day and different. It's lights
Super Bowl.
Out. Yeah. You take Brock Purdy... I hate saying this.
You take Brock Purdy out of San Francisco. He looks like the undrafted.
It's the system that built
Mr.
him.
Irrelevant.
I mean, I think a lot of quarterbacks would succeed if they had Kyle Shanahan, George Kittle, Debo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, Juwan Jennings,
Jimmy
Christian
Garoppolo.
McCaffrey. Should I keep going? Their offensive line was healthy at the time. It was amazing.
Jimmy G looks like a fantastic quarterback.
They have the best O-lineman in the league.
Yeah. I literally just named the entire offense, and I'm sure they're depth pieces. Dude, you could go on for days. Yeah, you could go on for days about the depth that team had.
Yeah, well, now they're paying George Kittle a bag. They just paid Brock Purdy a bag. They're paying Fred Warner a bag.
I'm using Bo Nix as the example because of how rough Bo played in the beginning of the last season. But I believe if you put him in that system, you get similar results, if not better.
You put any quarterback in that.
Not now. I'm talking the Brock Purdy.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
I mean, a couple of years ago. I mean,
now we're on the downhill of it, but
Yeah, I mean...
I don't know. The NFC is not as strong as it once was, that's for sure.
Nope.
It's falling apart. The AFC runs the NFL.
Seahawks are on the rise.
According not to CBS. We'll see when we get there.
Fuck CBS. Oh, my. It's such a crock of bull. They put the 49ers at like 11-5.
I know. I saw it. Wait.
I'm looking at this show. I'm like, what the fuck?
God.
Wait till we get there. I genuinely want to,
literally like losing my marbles
I
just
haven't
reading
seen,
it.
It's
bullshit.
Dude,
it is bullshit.
That's why I wanted it to be like the main piece of this episode.
Like they even have the fucking Broncos doing identical to what they did last season, if not maybe a game worse. And I'm looking at that and I'm like, they've only gotten better.
If I remember correctly, I believe we're 9.5 total wins, but we'll get to it afterwards.
Yeah, after you guys just had a how many win season?
10.
Yeah, so you guys got worse.
An easier schedule. I really almost
and a way better team.
Way better team.
Yeah.
I don't know. I looked at it and I just got mad.
I'd like to say let's get on to a brighter note, but I think this is more of a laughing note than anything else. Try to hide your emotion if you can.
So Antonio Brown was detained at Aiden Ross's boxing event for firing shots while people were trying to steal his chain.
I can't believe
I'm going to give you a second to soak that in.
Wait.
CTESPN, baby.
You know, I'm with him.
That was the host of CTESPN right there. That was your moment of silence.
That's my boy.
I'm with him. If someone's trying to steal my chain off my neck,
I'm going to pull out the Glock.
I'm pulling a gun. Like, 100%. What, am I not going to defend myself in my property?
I'm down.
Like,
that's why he wasn't arrested. That's why he wasn't arrested.
Yeah,
He was just
like
detained.
he shot anybody.
He was just detained. It was not illegal.
He didn't shoot anybody.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's chill.
Well, I'm not saying that we should. I'm just saying if I
this
steal
is Jack Jones move.
If I steal your hat, immediately Glock out to the
Fuck
sky.
Yeah.
Well, that chain's expensive. That's a $40 hat.
Imagine a piece of shit team on it.
Imagine a diamond chain around your neck. Those are people going for your neck for that. Like, I'd pull out my gun.
We
too.
don't know what the actual extent of the situation was. AB could have.
I saw the video.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
I didn't even see it yet.
It was all over Instagram.
Can you pull that up real quick? Can you go on YouTube real quick?
You specifically need to pull that up.
Yeah, because I need to see this, and I'd love to get it live on reaction because did not know it was on. I mean, if Aiden Ross is streaming it, then of course it had to have been on.
Yeah, well, I mean,
is it justifiable from the point of view you saw? Oh, okay.
He was trying to get away. They were following
gonna get
him. It was like a crowd of people.
No, there's no music. It's not
Doesn't
copyrighted.
matter. We can still get copyrighted.
Don't
for
show
what?
it on camera.
Yeah, it's not. We're not. It's just the audio.
Caught on camera, former UFL star Antonio Brown says he was temporarily detained by police after he allegedly fired gunshots at a boxing event. The gunfire reportedly taking place outside of the venue early Saturday morning.
Local 10 News reporter Henny Yashibi reporting from Miami's Little Haiti neighborhood.
All right, give me the B-roll.
Handcuffed for questioning and later released.
I'm not seeing the
Former
shots.
NFL wide receiver Antonio Brown involved in a brawl with other men.
Oh my God.
Now that's fine. I'd rather a man use his hands than immediately go for the gun. Oh my God. That man plays football, doesn't he?
The former Bucks and Steelers player allegedly firing a
I love how we address him as the former Bucks receiver. There you go, AB. Swing. Oh shit. Eyes for the thighs, baby.
Brown posting on the social media platform X yesterday morning saying he was jumped by multiple people who
yeah, he was.
Dom's justifying it for him. Wait, where? I'm not okay. Where are the shots fired?
Responding to a shot spotter alert. An officer telling Local 10 they interviewed several people. The ex-football star says
Lovely
he
picture.
was
Is that the chain?
and later released after police heard his side of the story.
Oh, okay. All right.
They discovered an event at one of these warehouses in Little Haiti. The boxing event hosted by online streamer Aiden Ross.
I'm gonna press charges right now. Why is he detained? He's detained. Why?
Okay, so they all justify. They all took his side. Okay. So I see it now. Now that I've actually seen it, I can speak on it.
Yeah.
I get it. So people were causing a ruckus, and AB reacted how any guy would react.
He was getting like jumped.
It's just because it's Antonio Brown that we're making.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
Okay. Wow, you heard it here first. You heard the whole report.
Because the original report was he got arrested and like taken off to.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying it was so much more serious than when I went and reread it.
Yeah.
Off to
headlines
Cancun.
This you use that reference a
Alcatraz
lot.
for AB,
yeah, we're
baby.
reopening it apparently. So I mean, is AB the first one?
inmate. Yeah. Anyway, after all that, moving on. The Eagles are hiring former Jets general manager Joe Douglas in their front office in an undisclosed position.
For what?
Like
what
obviously,
is he gonna? What is he gonna do for you?
It's a secret.
I've actually never heard anything good about Joe Douglas.
No,
I've only heard how every decision he makes has led to a questionable effect.
Yeah,
I mean, he was a GM for the Jets.
And
so.
and I'd love to point this out. Hate him or not, Philly, you've been very successful. You've made great decisions in the front office. What's wrong with your current staff?
You need him to tell you what not to do. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, whatever he does, do the opposite.
They're bringing him in for a reality check. They're trying to make sure the Super Bowl hangover doesn't happen.
Yeah.
They're trying to keep the sobriety alive.
God.
Okay,
Well,
I mean, whatever.
All right.
If it
Well,
didn't get worse,
speaking
it
of
works.
good news in the front office.
So the Eagles have signed Super Bowl
This I
winning
like.
head coach Nick Sirianni to a multi-year extension, which is well deserved.
Yeah, I mean, of
Oh,
course.
yeah.
Absolutely
You've gone to
needs
2
it.
Super Bowls. You've won one of them. You've made Jalen Hurts an MVP quarterback.
Not just one.
You've gotten
destroyed the Chiefs.
You got Saquon Barkley on your team. You've assembled one of the youngest and most dominant defenses in the NFL. Should I keep going? I mean, like, they've done it all.
He's done a fantastic job.
And they've built the team the most organic way
Tush
possible.
push, baby.
They're still
That might
trying to
be
ban
getting
that.
banned.
Players said that this week it was going to get banned.
Yeah.
They're working on it for this week.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
They're also, I
It
didn't
is.
put it in the news, the Lions are also trying to get some new playoff rule readdressed.
Yeah, it goes by record.
Goes by
rather than
record rather
division
than-
champion.
yeah.
The seating, right?
I didn't
Yeah.
even bother putting in the show, but I guess now we can talk about it. I just
Well, this was revisited from when it got tabled.
That's what I'm
months
saying. We
ago.
talked about this when the initial meeting had happened. Now it's being revised. Do
Yeah.
I think it should go through? No. But if it does, I mean, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't go through, though. I'm not going to lie.
I don't mind it.
I don't mind it, but is it a necessary
I'd
change?
rather that one go through than the tush push one.
You really think that Tush Push is going to go through down this
I
time?
better not.
I think it
dude.
will, but I don't
hope
think it
not.
should.
I think it's such a bad precedent for the
It
league.
is. It's awful.
But well, going back to the 49ers, they've agreed to a 3-year, $63 million extension with superstar linebacker Fred Warner.
Deserved, yes. How they afford it,
Deserved-
I don't know.
So, exactly. Deserved, yes. Money, where's it coming from? Third of all, the Broncos got Dre Greenlaw for half that contract
Yes,
value.
sir.
Talk about
Injury or not,
That's
it's worth
that's
it.
a linebacker making $21 million a year.
That's absurd.
And like I said, yes, it's Fred Warner. Does he have 3 years left of what we've seen?
No,
For
No.
$20 million?
not worth it. You're not contending anymore.
It depends how
And-
much is guaranteed.
And you just paid Kittle. You just paid Purdy.
Never mind CMC, you still got it.
They're
What are you
probably
What are you
gonna
gonna
have
do
to
with
let him go.
Jawan Jennings? If he they
gonna have
I
to let
keep
him
seeing
go.
this report that he's now gonna be the face of their receiving core. If that's true,
They're
and
doomed.
he steps up like he did in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, and you do end up having to pay him, what are you gonna pay him with?
Yeah.
The defense is now making
Monopoly
a bulk of your money.
Yeah.
Quarterback
quite
is
literally.
making up a tremendous amount. And like Dom said, you have CMC still on the roster.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to let him go.
He
There's
has to.
no
There's
way.
not. There's not a lot. Of
They
juice
just
left in
traded
that tank.
Debo.
Yeah,
They're probably still paying some
I
of
don't
his
know what the future
contract.
for CMC holds. To be honest with you, I don't
He's
know.
so
what-
He's a
injury prone
Bronco.
Please don't bring him to Denver.
Why not? As a backup?
A backup, sure, but is it too much? I think it's too much name value there for him to be a backup. I think he'll bring too much to the locker room. You know.
He wants to play for his dad's team.
I mean, do you think? Yeah, he looks like a humble enough guy to do it. We'll see.
Exactly.
The Chicago Bears are extending newly signed offensive lineman Joe Thuney to a 2-year deal, or a 2-year extension rather. Rather old, I guess, to protect Caleb. I don't know. I mean,
That's whatever.
it came out an hour
Cool.
or two before I put the show together. I was like, whatever, we'll include it. Joe Thuney. I mean, you did your thing in KC, you did your thing in New England. I guess you're gonna do your thing in Chicago now. We'll see what happens.
So we'll find out. Time will tell.
All right, Dom. UFL Week 8 scores. What do we
Ooh,
got?
baby.
So for the super duper exciting one, we have the
You've had
Memphis
this exact game
Showboats
before. That's the best part.
versus the Antonio and whoa. Whoa.
The
Good
Antonio.
start,
The
baby.
San Antonio Brahmas, in which the Showboats somehow won.
Yeah, they never win. They've never showboated anything this year.
Yeah.
But they pulled it away. Every game this week
24-22.
was insanely close. It was actually very competitive week. It was kind of similar to last week, but yeah.
Oh, damn. that's
Moving
a
on,
good
we had the Birmingham Stallions taking on my St. Louis Battlehawks, in which this game was truly a thriller. The Battlehawks won 29-28 to clinch their playoff spot for this year in the XFL Championship, which they'll be taking on the DC Defenders. I got to say this, Max Duggan. You play football again, but God, it's terrifying. 1 minute, the man's running up the field. The next minute, he's throwing a pick. Then I'm watching fumble after fumble. This was the sloppiest game of football
You got to
this year
say,
so
though,
far.
with Manny Wilkins, you might not be where you are.
With him, what he did beforehand? Or are you saying without him? I'm confused what you're saying.
If he never got hurt and he played the whole time,
Do you think we would have lost these last 3
he
games?
might have.
That's true. I like Max Duggan, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But we're playing sloppy football. I don't think he would be able to watch a full quarter of what I'd watched on Saturday. Dom, there was at least 6 fumbles.
I think I would have laughed.
It was.
I would have enjoyed it.
It was kind of like watching pitiful football. I don't know. It was kind of.
Like watching the 20.
Hey, but the Battlehawks defense, man, y'all got 2 interceptions. Y'all know what you're doing. But on that note, let's go Battlehawks. We're going to the playoffs.
Let's ride.
Let's ride. Don't say those words.
You
That
just said
always,
it.
it
You
always,
just said it.
It always
Broncos
ends
country.
bad. It always
Broncos
ends
country.
bad.
Let's
It
ride.
always ends bad.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Stop saying it. I love saying it, but let's not say it right now. You're uttering bad mojo on the team.
Broncos country.
Nick, go.
Let's ride.
I want to hear about
So,
the rip-off Panthers.
Our first game, the Michigan Panthers played against the Houston Roughnecks, in which the Panthers won 30-18.
Okay,
This
maybe
was
not,
our-
maybe not a close.
So it's
contest,
basically
but-
Timu Panthers versus the
Texans.
wannabe Houston
Yeah.
Texans,
Yeah.
in
With
which
the
the
Oilers
Panthers
logo.
somehow win. Somehow.
You know, big whoop.
CJ Stroud XFL edition ain't doing it.
Yes, sir. Let's ride.
I know you want to talk about this game.
So unfortunately, that's all we have for this week.
I think there's one more game.
No, I think Jordan Tayamu cooked.
I missed. Oh yeah, the Defenders actually won 33-30. They played. It was a scrimmage game against themselves. It was like a practice.
Oh, it was, huh?
But the
I swore I saw Luis Perez
the
out there.
Renegades were actually nice enough to practice against them and let them win. So it was like a Make-A-Wish type game for Jordan Tayamu. Yeah.
I was gonna say because I could have sworn I saw the Defenders cook against.
Yeah, because Luis
team.
Perez at the end of the game when we had a chance to just kick a field goal and tie it, he actually did the nice thing and threw it to DeAndre Baker, former first-round pick.
Yep.
Instead of just friggin' throwing it out of bounds.
Yeah.
So shout out to DeAndre Baker. You won the game for your team.
That is the rip-off Baker Mayfield
Luis
right there.
Perez, I take back every good thing I've ever said about you.
You're not welcome on
This
the show.
team, Bob Stoops needs to go. Luis Perez needs to go. Every single player needs to go somewhere else. I don't care where.
I
Off
saw
to
another
China.
report, kind of like DeAndre.
Shanghai Sharks.
Shanghai Sharks, baby.
Is it Damon Arnett from the Raiders?
Yeah. He wants to make a comeback.
He wants to make a comeback. He thinks he's a changed player, buddy. You're not a
man.
change. Once you're a Raider, always a Raider. You are thick
Jack
and through.
Jones, baby.
You are thick and through who you were
are.
with the Raiders.
Yeah.
You are not changed. We will see, but you are not
Yikes.
changed. I kind of just touched on it, but the clinch playoff spots so far. So really, these next two games for the season are kind of just
They're a wash.
yeah, it's kind of participation. We got the DC Defenders at 1, St. Louis Battlehawks at 2, and then for the UFL conference, we got the Michigan Panthers and the Birmingham Stallions. That is our playoffs. We will see those 4
Wow,
teams
Renegades
compete.
dropped off the face of the earth.
And the two, I said this would happen. Go back. I said this.
Bob Stoops got to go, man. Terrible coach.
Nick, I think you're just a
DC Defenders in 1, baby. That's my team.
You have a different
You
team
have a different
every
team,
week.
yeah.
Name one player on the Defenders. Just one.
We've said his name 3 times.
Whoa.
We've named 2 players on
Name
this team.
one player on.
I'm over it. I'm looking at the
Defenders.
next segment.
Nope. No. Name one player.
Couldn't tell you.
DeAndre Baker, Jordan Tayamu.
Where did DeAndre Baker play in the NFL? I said it already.
Giants.
Okay, there we go. We'll take it. What pick? What round was he?
First round.
All right.
Okay. Just because
All
we
right.
said it 30 seconds
The one
ago.
that Dom's referring to that he's ready to get onto is I'm surprised you want to get on this one. Notable 2026 free agents. I figured this was worth talking
I saw
about.
one name that I wasn't
because
expecting.
there are some there are some names on here that I didn't even realize were already up for contract extensions or free agency. They're unrestricted. So for DBs, we have wow, I just completely lost it. We have Deron Bland from the Cowboys. We have Darius Slay, the Steelers. Tariq Woolen of Dom Seahawks. Jalen Woolen of the Chiefs. Cam Taylor, Britt Bengals. Greg Newsome, Browns. Kobe Durant, Rams. Wow, that name threw me off completely. I had basketball in my mind right there.
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, Amik Robertson, the Lions. Samuel Womack, the third on the Colts. And Adoree Jackson, the Eagles. I just want to say Adoree Jackson, sleeper pick. I'm saying it now. I think he's a sleeper pick for any team that gets him next season.
How
Yes.
is Tariq Woolen
Adoree Jackson
already on this list?
I don't know why. I think he's great, Nickel.
I feel like he
Who-
just
who-
got
who did you say?
drafted. Tariq Woolen already on this
I
list.
wanted to ask you about this because me and Nick were talking about this 2 episodes ago. How there are certain players that are getting their 5th-year option that I feel like were just drafted 2
Like,
years
I
ago.
feel like he just
Jordan
got
Davis
in the
being
league.
one of them.
Like he was just a rookie.
crazy.
And now
Yeah.
he's already.
Yeah, and I have a feeling you're going to be paying him some big dollars.
Oh yeah.
That defense about to not
We
be
have the
cheap
money.
next
Highest
year.
paid corner in the league coming up.
So out of those lists, or any of them stick out to you? Do you think any of them actually leave? I think Darius Slay calls it quits after the season if the Steelers doesn't work out. Say it here first.
100. I think he retires, honestly.
That's what I'm saying. I think he calls it quits.
Like,
If the Steelers doesn't work and nothing materializes, I think that's his last.
His market isn't big. Yeah.
Cam Taylor Britt will probably leave.
He is nothing special to that team anymore.
No.
I don't think he ever was to begin with.
Deron
but-
Bland might leave.
That one's huge because he was huge for the Cow. Didn't he lead
was
in
very good.
interceptions?
He was very good, yes,
He led in
yes.
interceptions last season, so that's an interesting name to look out for. We'll see if Jerry's World can pull it together. For outside linebackers, we've got some big-ass names on here. I don't know if they'll actually leave their team, but we'll see. We're starting off with TJ Watt of the
Who?
Steelers. Who?
Never heard of him.
I think you'd like to have him on our team.
No.
Oh, this one's interesting.
Micah Parsons of the Cowboys.
You are a Bronco.
This kid.
Keep going.
It's crazy because he was drafted with PS2, and it's crazy that how are they already in their 5th season? It's
For
beyond
real.
me.
Yeah.
We have Trey Hendrickson of the Bengals. You're already on the way out the
He's
door.
already gone.
Khalil Mack. Are you retiring? What's
Retire,
going on,
brother.
bro?
You're
Like,
done.
are you almost
Washed.
done? Nick Bonito of the Broncos.
Go. He is a Bronco.
Wannabe Trey
Boye
Hendrickson.
Mafe of the Seahawks. Now, this one's huge because now you have 2 key contributors to the defense you're going to be paying. You are not letting Boye go.
Yeah, I think he's becoming too much of a key factor.
This defense is not going to be cheap. I promise you.
Well,
I think Leonard Williams is going to be on his way out the door soon too because they're
He
paying
has
all
to
these.
be.
He's got to be. You guys are going to have to draft young on the defensive line
He's
now
too old and
because your guys'
expensive.
linebackers and DBs are becoming premier players in the NFL now.
Yeah.
We have Odafe Owe of the Ravens. Again, another player that I think the Ravens are always resign and pay these sneaky defensive players. I think he's going to be one of them.
Except for Matt Judon.
No, they kept him. They just didn't give him the third extension. And then he went on to the Patriots and terrorized.
Balled out.
Yeah. And
now he's on the Falcons doing absolutely nothing.
Well, I don't think we should even mention it because he's terrible.
Yeah.
We have Malcolm Kuntz of the Raiders. I hate the Raiders. I hate him. Underrated player.
Every single offseason, they have like 6 awesome players to
I
get
know.
signed. We're like, where did these guys come from?
Where'd they come from?
Like, they were all just
Robert
on the same
Spillane
team and
being
did
one of
nothing.
them. Never.
We
looked
sent
to
each
him.
other like 3 or 4 different players. We're like,
Never looked to him as a threat at any point in the last 2 seasons. And then I look at his tape when he was a free agent. I was like,
he's a baller.
and the Patriots got him. And they got a dog on the defense. We have Kwity Paye the Colts. Now, gosh.
Rhode Island native, baby.
No one, yes, I was going to say this. No one pays attention to this player because of the injuries he dealt with at Michigan, and then he went to the Colts. I want him to be a Bronco. I want him to be
I'm
on
not
the
against
defensive
it.
line. Kwity
Get
Paye,
JFN
when
outta
healthy,
here.
is insane. Another option if the defensive line gets too expensive for the Seahawks. Because
Yeah.
I don't think his market's
He'll be cheap.
huge. Yeah, I don't think his market's huge. Another player that could be on the way out the door, Jadeveon Clowney, the Panthers.
Former
He's going
Seahawk.
back to the Seahawks.
You think so?
I think so.
I doubt it.
I did see a post
sucks.
about it. Of
Is
some-
he worth it? Is it worth the
He's
time
too
and
old
money?
now, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. He's too
terrible.
old. He was good. He was good at one point.
He was okay.
He was solid for
Well,
a linebacker.
The first 5 years of his
He
yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
worth the draft pick. He was drafted.
He was drafted,
at,
what,
but
second overall, first overall? Was it second or first?
It was something stupid.
It was
like
top
that.
2. Either
Let's
way.
find out.
Are we ready for the premier picks
Yeah.
of
Oh,
next class? For the 2026 free agency class, we have receivers up. Mike
First.
Evans of the Bucks. It was first overall. Yeah, that's crazy. For 2026 wide receivers, we have Mike Evans of the Bucks. I think that
No way he leaves.
yeah,
There's
no way he leaves, and if he doesn't get a contract extension, this might be the retirement spot.
Yeah.
Because I can't see him going to another team. I can't.
No.
Unless it's like the Lions or Chiefs have a super team and he's guaranteed 1 year, 1 Super Bowl done. Other than that, I don't see him
Even
leaving.
that.
I just
He already got a Super Bowl.
I just don't see I just don't see him leaving the Bucks. He's been there for so long. Following that, we have Terry McLaurin of the Commanders. Now, here's the interesting thing: you also have Debo Samuel to follow up. If Debo pans
Debo's
out,
gone.
and if Debo works out for this team, you now have 2 premier receivers you have to pay. But I think you need to pick Terry. He's been there longer.
Absolutely.
He is your guy, and Terry's younger. And
He's better.
I don't know why people don't view him as a number 1 receiver. He is a number 1
Because he plays
receiver,
for
thick and through.
one of the worst franchises over the last few years.
And then, like I said, we have Debo Samuel also. We'll see how he pans out, and no one's really high on him yet. But I think it's a low risk, high reward type of situation for them at
A
least.
lot of money. But
This one's interesting because we just had the trade. George Pickens of the Cowboys.
Depends how he
he'll
works
get a new
out for him.
contract.
You think he'll get it?
I don't know. It depends how he plays out.
That's what I'm saying. I think the reason now seeing this they took it is it's a 3rd round pick. If it doesn't work out, the hit rate on 3rd round pick isn't high anyways.
No.
So they
but
can just let him go and go to another team. Cortland Sutton of the Broncos.
I think he's going to be gone.
I was gonna say I don't think he gets a 3rd extension. Or a 4th, whatever one we're on. I don't see it happening.
We need a number one.
I unfortunately, as excited as I am for the entire group as a whole, I think that's who Pat Bryant is supposed to become is Cortland's replacement.
Yeah.
And I don't think Cortland is going to be with the Broncos anymore. The thing is, do we think he plays football still?
Absolutely.
Because he's talked about retiring if it doesn't set the Broncos.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. He's young.
I don't think he does that.
I don't see him on another team. That's the other thing. I can't see him on another team.
I could.
Like Seattle? No? So where? Because that was one of the destinations
Chargers.
they mentioned last season.
Hell
no.
no. Hell no.
Ravens.
Ooh.
Don't even get in your head. I don't want to see that. They need him, though. He's not even
He ain't
pitching.
even listening.
Nope. We have Jacoby Myers of the Raiders. Again, downhill, not what he was
Back to the
years
Patriots.
ago. Wandale Robinson of the Giants.
Trash.
Overhyped, overdrafted. Christian Kirk of the
Trash.
Texans, overpaid.
Fantasy GOAT, though.
We just mentioned him. Juwan Jennings of the Niners.
Trash.
You heard it here first. Trash. And then Dom just dropped in his seat. We have this one's interesting for me because I actually think he's a sleeper receiver too. A sneaky
decent.
wide
He's
receiver number
decent.
3. Romeo Dobbs. He could be a great pickup for any team next season.
This is a Christian Kirk type signing.
Yeah, but
This
better.
is what this is.
Way better. Christian Kirk is so.
Christian Kirk was a dog his first year with the Jags. People forget.
I just don't view him that high. I don't know why.
Because he played for the Jags and the Cardinals.
No, when he was on the Cardinals, I loved him. He was great with Kyler. For some reason, him and K1 clicked, but I don't know about now. But I think Romeo Dobbs is the name to watch out for next offseason. I think he's a sneaky receiver. Now on to what I know Dom's looking forward to. CBS's 2025 win total predictions. Boys, do you want me to start the NFC? Let's start off strong.
Go for it.
Go for it.
So I'm going to go in order. and then you guys tell me your reactions and what your predictions are. Eagles 11.5 wins, 49ers 10.5 wins, Lions 10.5 wins, Commanders 9.5 wins, Rams 9.5 wins, Bucks 9.5 wins, Packers 9.5 wins, Cardinals 8.5 wins, Vikings 8.5 wins, Bears 8.5 wins, not happening. Falcons 7.5 wins, Cowboys 7.5 wins, not happening. Seahawks 7.5 wins. I'm giving them 10.5. I don't know why the fuck they have 7.5. Saints 6.5, getting 3. Panthers 6.5. I'd give them 8. Giants 5-5, 4 wins.
Reasonable.
So what do we think? What are the ones that glare? What are the ones we want to predict?
Seattle
So
glares.
Yeah.
why the fuck are the 49ers 10.5 wins and the fucking Seahawks
second
are
in the
7?
conference.
7.5
Oh
fucking
my
wins at the
God.
bottom. Worse than the Cowboys.
I had to get him to do it with the
Falcons.
football instead of the mic. Take it out. I mean, this is your therapy. So what is
That's
your
the
win
Sam
prediction
Darnold
for the
effect,
Seahawks?
baby.
Listen. It's so early to tell, but how can these same media outlets say how good of a draft Seattle had? How all these picks have freed up so much cap space for them? How they're in such a better position, yet they rank them with only getting 7.5 wins, which is 2.5 wins less than they just got the previous season, though they're getting so much better and have so much more potential? I mean, I get it's such a hit or miss season with all the new people we have going, and we're not sure where it's going to go. But I don't think it's fair
It's
to
Sam
predict
Darnold.
them
That's
this
what
low.
it is. It's the uncertainty at the quarterback position. I think everyone can sit here and reassure that the wide receiver group's the best it's looked. The running back group's great. The offensive line's been rebuilt. The defense is where it needs to be. It's the quarterback spot. So the glamour of getting Darnold and the controversy of having Darnold is what offsets this win total, unfortunately. And then you draft Jalen Milroe, and that's where let's be real. That's where all
They've already
the
said they're
spotlight
going to
is.
put him on the field sometimes.
I mean, that's all I see on social media for the Seahawks is Jalen Milroe this, Jalen Milroe that.
Yep.
And I get it.
I don't see one thing about Sam Darnold or Cooper Kupp. Not one thing.
Yeah, not even Cooper. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. This is an odd one. The one that stuck out for me the most was the Falcons. I have high hopes for Penix. I genuinely think he can get 8 or 9 wins out of this team.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Bijan
They're certain.
and, Drake London?
They're setting the bar, and the
And
Cowboys.
wait a
7.5
minute.
wins.
They put the Cardinals over the fucking Seahawks. Are you out of your mind?
Boys, Marvin Harrison put
Marvin
15 pounds
Harrison's
on.
there.
He's coming
He's,
back.
woo,
Yeah.
woo.
The Cardinals are coming for you.
Eddie Lacy 2.0.
Okay, now for the AFC. Going
Oh,
with the
God.
Chiefs. We have 11.5 wins. Ravens 11.5 wins. Bills 11.5 wins. Broncos 9.5 wins. Bengals 9.5 wins. Chargers 9.5 wins. Not happening. Texans 9.5 wins. Not happening. Steelers 8.5 wins.
Not happening.
Dolphins 8.5 wins.
happening.
Colts 7.5 wins.
No.
Patriots 7.5
Hell
wins.
no.
Jags 7.5 wins. Raiders 7.5 wins. Titans 5.5 wins.
Yeah.
Jets 7.5 wins. And Browns with 5.5 wins.
This this is bullshit because I've seen the Patriots is the one that stands
They're
out the most.
predicted to have
for me in this.
11
Yeah,
wins
I
season,
saw
bro.
11. They're favored in 11 games.
I would look
And
at the
how?
schedule. I can't pick 9 that they'd win. 9. They're going to give them 11?
I couldn't.
What are the sports betting books on right now? That was a deep sigh. So wait, here's
Most
my
overrated
here's
quarterback
my other
ever.
question. Do we genuinely think that with the addition of Ashton, Genty, and Geno, the Raiders are now a 7.5 win team?
Don't forget Pete Carroll,
Oh gosh, like
the GOAT head coach.
and Chip Kelly,
Patriots
that
legend.
offensive
Oh, how
coordinator.
can I forget Chip
I
Kelly?
literally
Chip Kelly,
think-
the return.
Oh my
I
god.
quite literally think that CBS just looked at this season and said, fuck it. We're going to have the same
No,
season
deadass.
again.
I don't know where their minds were with some of these picks. And then you have the Browns at 5.5 wins. We saw them struggle last year with what they had. With all there's so much uncertainty in that quarterback room, and I think
They have
that
5 quarterbacks
I
and not
think
one
the
of them is
struggle
good.
is not who's at quarterback. The struggle is how many of who you have at quarterback.
You have to cut somebody.
The problem is not you have Shador. The problem is not you have Dylan.
They're going to
Gabriel.
rotate it every play.
And the problem is that you don't have Joe Flacco. The problem is that you have 2 potential star rookies with 2
You have 0 potential star
with
rookies.
2 overwhelmingly mediocre vets.
Plus a
Deshaun
famed
Watson.
massage therapist.
Yeah.
So I sit here and I genuinely think, Browns fans, don't be surprised if it's another 3-win season.
At best.
Now, I hope and pray that Dylan Gabriel or Shador, I'm high on both, can figure out something. Are you good over there?
Oh, yeah, I'm getting a splinter out.
I was going...
He's like calmed down over there.
Dude, me and Nick were like,
my
at least I was
God.
talking, Nick was following, and we both did a double take. I
He looks like he's praying over there.
I was listening.
You're throwing up gang signs at me. I won't say what I was going to say. But, yeah, Browns fans getting 5.5 wins, that's generous. And Jets Are we high on Justin Fields? What's going on here? Only 2.5 less than the Jags. Yeah, the Jags 7.5 wins right now. I don't think so.
No,
It's a pretty lackluster roster, and I like what they've
they
done.
have Travis Hunter, Brian Thomas.
I see
maybe
the
Trevor
Titans
Lawrence
higher.
is good. Maybe.
You think higher?
I think the Titans can go higher. It depends how Cam Ward pans out.
No. Jags.
Oh, no, I'm talking Titans.
Okay. I would say Jags. I don't say
Titans?
Oh, no, Jags are lower. Titans,
Yeah.
I think are.
Terrible.
So I think
Is that because
There's a
Will
reason
Levis
they had the
isn't playing?
first overall pick.
we'll save
Will
our
Levis is the
actual early predictions for once training camp comes.
Yeah.
But I just wanted this to show what our professionals are on. Because
They're on crack or something, apparently.
these win totals don't add up for me. They don't math out to what we saw last season. Now, Nick, here's your favorite part.
This is
You don't know who Nick Wright is, do you, Dom?
I've heard of him.
He is a
he's the
broadcaster
ugliest,
for Fox.
most slimy looking,
So we're never getting him on the show.
stupid guy I've ever seen in my entire life.
I'm glad you went Guy. I didn't know where you were going there.
I was gonna say something heinous.
I'm glad you didn't. He has long hair and Nick hates it. But
He looks like a guy who just rolled out of the dumpster.
The more important part is he gave us his top 10 storyline games in 2025. And don't mind that. And at number 10, we have the Chiefs at Cowboys for quote unquote playing for America's team.
Neither one of these are America's team.
Yeah, what?
I mean, it's just because he's a Chiefs fan. Nick Wright is a Chiefs fan.
I deadass was going to say this. Is he saying this because he roots for the Chiefs and he now looks at it as America's team because half the country's kids now like it?
That's because they're all bandwagoners.
One of them being Dom's brother.
Yeah, his brother.
Oh, my God.
He wants me to buy him a Patrick Mahomes jersey.
You have to.
I'm not letting that in
you
my
have
house.
to. I already
to.
gave you the money.
You have to.
You didn't give me anything.
I already
This is
gave
not a
you the money.
negotiable conversation.
Yeah.
You have to.
I'm
You
not
have to.
doing it. I'm not letting that in my house.
I will guarantee you it's
I
going to
will
happen.
ship it directly to your house,
it.
but I'm not letting it in my house.
Do it.
Absolutely not.
Do it.
At number 9, we have the Chargers at Jaguars for quote unquote Herbert versus Lawrence. I don't like that these two are always tied to each other. Neither of them have done shit in the league.
Trevor
No.
Lawrence is fucking mid.
People
He's
treat
mid.
Justin Herbert like the second coming of Jesus Christ himself, and he has not done shit. He shit his pants against who did they even play? The Texans?
For which game?
The playoffs this year.
game
Yes,
where he
Texans.
threw like
Texans.
4 picks.
Yeah, where they literally went back and forth and kept throwing each other interceptions. Yeah.
Like nobody talks about C.J. Stroud like he's the second coming of Christ.
Well, hold
and
on.
he played better than Justin Herbert did.
If you think that storyline's worse, it gets worse here.
Oh,
Steelers at Jets. If Rodgers gets to the
I can see
Steelers
that. I
and
don't
plays
hate
Jets,
that. I don't
yes,
hate
but
that.
we're playing the if game.
Well, you have to because
Why is
If
this in our
Rodgers
top 10?
isn't
Whoa,
there,
whoa,
fuck this game.
Yeah, why
Exactly.
is it top 10 yet though? It shouldn't even be top 10. Even with Rodgers, this is like 12 for me.
Yeah,
Because
okay,
Nick
yeah.
Wright.
Well, that's fair. No, that's fair because even with Rodgers, why the fuck do I give about either of these teams? Like
Neither
the
of them are going to be there
they're
in
both
November.
playing their former team.
The
neither
Jets
of-
are irrelevant.
Yeah, but neither of them are going to be there when it matters. Okay. For number
Big
7, this one's even worse.
This is
Chargers at Dolphins for Herbert versus
I mean,
Tua.
they were in the same class.
Does
But
this
are
guy
we gonna,
just
are
like
we going to carry
Herbert?
their careers together because they were drafted 4
No.
and 5?
No.
Or 4 and 6, whatever it was? Like,
Does this guy just like in love with Herbert or something?
here's my other thing.
Everybody,
Are we really
except
using
me
Herbert
is,
as the
apparently.
measuring stick? Because I've never viewed Herbert
he's
as
terrible.
anything special. At Oregon, I was like, okay, the kid's big, I get it. Other than that, what is so great about Justin
You
Herbert?
sent me videos the year before he entered the draft. You sent me videos like, "Oh, we got to get this guy," and I was like, "He's fucking
That wasn't
terrible."
Herbert that I sent you. That
Yeah,
was,
it
not,
was.
I was never high on Herbert. I liked Tua. I was huge on Tua.
I was too, but you
the
definitely
first
sent me a
ever
video. You
lefty-
might not have said we need him.
I was gonna say,
but
I've
you
never-
definitely sent it
Yeah,
to
no,
me.
probably I've sent you.
So
But
I'd never heard
I've
of him.
never liked Herbert, and not personal attack, but I just don't like his
Even
game.
then, I was like, no.
It's not my kind of guy. For number 6, we have the Bears at 49ers. "Quote unquote," the two quarterbacks with the most pressure playing each other.
These
He just got the
games-
biggest contract
Where's-
in the world.
These
Where's-
games are so irrelevant. Every single
It's
one
not
of
even the
them.
irrelevance of the game. It's the line that he claims to be huge going into next season.
There's maybe one. There's one game on this.
You're
list.
telling me
No,
that
two.
Brock
There's
Purdy?
two.
Yeah, you're telling me that Brock Purdy and Caleb Williams is the like.
Read
How
the
does
next
Brock
one.
Purdy have the most pressure on him? He could retire today and be a multi-millionaire.
Read the next
What it
one.
is. Number 5, we have Titans at Browns, and this is what he
This
says.
guy's just-
This is what he says. Assuming Shador is starting to play Cam Ward, insinuating that we would see the two most hyped up quarterbacks of this class be
Like, I don't
tied together, like
care.
we're
These
watching.
teams both suck.
Exactly. We're this is the same argument with Herbert and Tua, and Herbert and who's the other one?
Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence. It's like, why are we using their class as the measuring stick for either team? At the end of the day, it's going to come down to who wins
The
Super
team
Bowls
is more
when they
than just a
retire.
quarterback.
You know,
I mean.
there's
Exactly.
a game.
They make it sound like it's quarterback versus quarterback. It's not. It's quarterback versus the other defense for one.
Yeah.
But that's why I highlighted what he said on this segment. So number 4. Number 4. This one I can get behind, but I don't know that it's number 4. Number 4 is Chiefs at Broncos. Division rivalry and Bo versus Mahomes. I think this could easily be switched out for Broncos versus Giants. I think Russ coming to Denver again, and it may be happening, is a much bigger storyline than Bo Nix versus Mahomes, because Bo's a young superstar and Patrick Mahomes is the face of the NFL, quote unquote.
I was just gonna say that.
Like,
Just gonna say that.
where I said the Giants, that's my thing. Nick did not say that. Not you, Nick Wright. Nick Wright never said that. Me personally, I'm saying, if you're going to put the Broncos at 4 at any point in the schedule, it should be them at Giants or Giants at Broncos.
Absolutely.
The Chiefs and Broncos is the same game twice a year every year.
Yeah.
It's the same dramatic ending that Dom mentioned at the
38-0,
beginning
by
of
the way.
Yeah, it's the same thing every year.
I can
Number
see the
3,
next game.
we have the Vikings at Seahawks. Now, this one I can get behind a little
Okay.
bit. It's Darnold playing the team that revived his career and got him the contract he just got.
Kevin
Now,
O'Connell knows him really
Not
well.
just that, but it's 2 solid teams.
That's what
Not
I'm saying.
according to CBS,
That's what I'm saying.
but according
This is a game that you could see on Sunday or Monday Night Football being hyped up with the package.
primetime game and-
It's got
yeah.
that primetime feel. 2 premier defenses, 2 young coaches. This is the game that I feel fits the what you need for a top 10 storyline game. Any other one he's listed so far to me is just another average game. Number 2, I don't even get behind this one. It's going to be a fun game, don't get me wrong.
but it's
But Bears
There's
at
another quarterback.
Bears at Commanders, simply because it's Caleb versus Jaden Daniels, Hail Mary versus Hail Mary moment.
All right,
What-
so where's Bo versus J.D.
Hail-
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hail
It's
Mary
just-
moment when
and
it's-
that's going to be on
it's
Monday
40
Night
to
Football.
0.
That game will
What
be on
about
Monday Night
Broncos
Football.
Bengals Part 2?
Yeah.
Where's that?
So then we have number 1, Packers at Steelers. Again, assuming Rodgers gets signed by Pittsburgh.
This I don't hate.
I don't hate it, but it's if we're playing this.
I mean,
game,
Nick
we
Wright
don't know.
isn't the brightest, so
At
he
this
needs to
point-
like.
Yeah,
At
but
this
if
point-
Rodgers doesn't get signed, does that mean his whole list is different?
Yeah, exactly. I
Because
think it's different no matter
Nick Wright's
what.
not the brightest, so
Because-
he can't think of other stuff.
Me and Nick just said it. Now I'm going to ask you guys: are there other games right now off the top of your head from last week's schedule list that you would put right now in this list instead of his?
I would put.
I put a lot of games over it.
Broncos,
Oh, yeah.
Commanders, Broncos, Bengals. I would put
I'm keeping Seahawks, Vikings. That game is phenomenal.
Yeah,
pick.
I-
Lions and somebody else play each other.
I would have
this
to
year.
look at the schedules, but I guarantee you I could find a million better
Dude,
ones.
Ravens Bills week 1 Sunday Night Football. That's a rematch of the play for the last 2 years. That is
Eagles
the
and
biggest
Chiefs
game.
played each other this year.
That's what I'm
How
saying.
about that?
Like, and then they're hyping up the Eagles and Cowboys. What? I don't want to
Who
watch that on the season
cares?
opener. That ain't America's team. Should have even Dallas's team. Tell me one fan from Dallas who's actually a Dallas fan. I'll wait.
They're all Raiders fans.
I know one Dallas fan, and he ain't from Dallas.
He ain't never been.
Nick, you put... Okay, never mind. Okay, I thought you messed up. You're good.
I didn't put any names. They're in my
All
notes
right,
app
good.
on my phone.
I'm just making sure you mess up. Now, the floor is yours.
So-
This is your segment.
My segment is. What?
For those of you...
picking your
For
arm.
those of you listening, Dom is in his own world.
He is zonked out. All right, so I have,
Getting the
I
ball
have
back.
guessed the coach. So how this is gonna work?
Is it
I
just
have,
me playing?
Up to you. So
Looks like it.
I am going to read all of the clues. Neither one of you can answer until all of the clues for each individual coach
Can I ask a
is
question?
read. Yes.
Is the numbers their record?
Yeah. So right next to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that's their record as a head coach.
Yep.
And then underneath is just various facts.
Okay.
So wait until I read all of the clues, and then whoever answers first gets the point.
Okay.
There are 8. I do not have a tiebreaker prepared, so let's hope that doesn't come to it.
It always comes to it. We always have this happen.
So let me.
What are you looking up?
I'm looking up a list of all NFL head coaches just so I can remember names. Am I allowed?
It's got to be based off pure memory.
I just can't remember names.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay,
don't
I'm,
think it's
I'm
gonna
literally
help
not
you.
cheating.
I don't think
I'm
it's gonna
just
help you, but-
on a listed view.
So
I'm doing it just so it's
Go
fair
ahead.
then.
go ahead.
go ahead. Yeah.
All right. You're ready to start when you are.
All right. So head coach number 1. His overall record is 183, 107, and 2. He is a 1-time Super Bowl champion, a 7-time division champion. He is the 16th head coach in his team's history and is still coaching today.
Sean Payton.
No.
Sean McVay.
Nope.
16th. Okay. Pete Carroll.
No.
16th head coach.
1 Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, that's the key right there is 1 Super Bowl. John Harbaugh.
No.
Are we like going back and forth for picking people?
It's more so first come.
Just whoever gets it.
Kyle Shanahan.
No.
Well, I don't think that should be fair because then someone can just list off the whole list.
No, there's.
This could be anybody.
Yeah.
Well, if they're still active today, then.
Well, you better get to listing then.
Is it Mike Tomlin?
Yes.
No, yes, it is.
It is.
Okay.
Really?
Okay.
So
That
Gabe
makes sense.
gets 1 point.
I'm sitting there. I'm like, who's won their division enough, but only won 1 Super Bowl?
Yeah.
All right, so that's number 1. I'll highlight it so I don't read it off again.
Look at him keeping it all organized for us. Tom, you stressing yet?
No.
We're 1/8 of the way through. All right, so coach number 2. His all-time record is 301, 163, and 1. He is a 3-time Super Bowl champion, a 14-time division champion, has been a head coach of multiple franchises, and is still active today. Let's make sure I remember
Andy Reid.
who it is. Yes.
Damn. Let's go.
I thought he has 4.
He has 3.
His 3, all with the Chiefs.
Oh, the Chiefs, yeah.
Huh. I was going to say that, but I thought he had 4.
I'm cooking right now.
We got 2-0.
Tell me I don't know my coaches.
You don't know your coaches.
Thank you.
All right. Third head coach. His record is 333 and 178.
I'll let you have it.
He's a
I'll let you
6-time
have
Super
it.
Bowl champion, a 17-time division champion, has been a head coach of multiple franchises, and is no longer an active NFL head coach.
Bill Belichick.
Yes.
Dead giveaway with the 6.
Yeah.
I figured, but I had to put it in because I put it in for the other ones.
Yeah.
So
You didn't have to.
2-1. Head coach number 4. Let me make sure I remember who it is. Good. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not getting
The
this.
Shanghai Sharks
His
coach.
overall record is 82 and 75. He is a 1-time Super Bowl champion,
So mediocre.
a 3-time division champion,
Definitely back in the day.
has
then.
been a head coach of multiple franchises, and is no longer an active NFL head coach. He currently coaches overseas in the European League of Football with Ron Rivera. I don't know if Dom knows who this is, but you should.
I definitely don't.
I'm going to assume he won this Super Bowl a little over 10 years ago. The record's mediocre. If you won the Super Bowl, you got by with no quarterback heavy run game. Am I on right track? Yeah, okay.
You're not on the wrong track.
Prior to D, that hint, I would have went with Mike McCarthy, but gosh. Yo, I might not be getting this one.
Do you want a hint?
We might need it because I don't think
Yeah,
he's gonna
I'm
get it
at
either. If I don't
a
know.
loss.
You should be very familiar with him.
Adam Gase.
No.
I figured that would have been it.
Someone who's coached
His
for the
defensive
Broncos,
coordinator was
John-
Wade Phillips on both of his teams.
John Fox. I'm just going with the Broncos at this point. You're looking at me and I don't
Brother.
like that look. You're
Dude.
What year was
He spent 2 years as our head coach.
as our
Or
head
3.
coach?
2 or 3.
Oh, Gary Kubiak?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I said John Fox before Gary
oh
Kubiak.
my
Wow.
God, bro.
I would never have guessed that.
I figured
Never
that's
heard of that
everybody else. You should know who they are.
Okay, so that one, yeah, I was on the right track though. With the last 10 years,
Yeah.
mediocre quarterback play.
Yeah. No offense, Peyton.
It is
Number
what it is.
5. All right. His overall record is 170, 120, and 1. He's a 1-time Super Bowl champion, a 5-time division champion. Also has been a head coach of multiple franchises and is still active as an NFL head coach.
When we say multiple, can I get a definition? Are we talking 2+ or
So this particular one is 3.
3? Okay, thank you. 1 Super Bowl, 3 teams.
Pete Carroll,
Yes.
There you go.
Patriots, Seahawks, and now the Raiders, right?
Yep. So that's Gabe 3, Dom 2.
Come back season.
We
Don't
got
call it a
3
comeback.
coaches left to go. All right. So on to our 6th coach. Let me make sure I don't screw this up.
I know this one.
His overall record is 152 and 89. He's a 1-time Super Bowl champion, 7-time division champion, has been a head coach of multiple franchises, still a head coach today, And this one I figured was a giant hint, was on the
Sean
sideline. I said I had to read all the clues first.
Sean Payton.
Yes.
This is the Rams playoff game against the Saints.
I figured I should give y'all a hint.
Do you know what play I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
It was 2017. 2017?
Yeah.
NFC Championship or conference? 18 conference finals, not championship.
Yeah.
Drew Brees throwing it to the sideline. Don't remember which receiver.
Oh, and he
And-
got smacked, and it
Oh
should
my
have been
God!
pass
And Sean
interference.
Payton
Yeah,
was livid, livid.
I remember.
That was a good game though. Overall, entertaining to watch. All right.
So number 7, his overall record is 10-7. He is a 0-time Super Bowl champion.
Wait, what?
Bro.
He spent one season
This
as,
is a gimme.
as an
I know
NFL
who
head
it is.
coach. Has never won the division and is still active today.
Mike McDonald.
Ooh.
He wasn't done yet.
Yeah. Whoa. He was done. Check the replay. Hey, I just got it.
Yeah.
So that's Gabe 5, Dom 2.
Bro, you can't give him that one. I knew that.
What do you
Hey,
mean?
he said it first. I don't know what to tell you, brother.
You knew the rules.
So for our last one, his record
Finish us strong.
is 103, 32, and 7. He's a one-time Super Bowl champion.
Holy shit.
Never had a losing season as a head coach. 7-time division champion. No longer an active NFL head coach, and is better known for his other football endeavors.
What the fuck?
Yeah. What? So great.
So this
record,
guy came in, killed everybody, and then left.
essentially, but only won one Super Bowl with that many wins.
Can I get a time? How long ago? Just like last year?
I already won.
No,
so
it
yeah,
was
well,
it was way before our time.
John Madden.
Yes.
No fucking shot. I got that.
So the final score: Gabe 6, Dom 2. We did not need a tiebreaker.
Let's end this episode on good terms. Good game. Don't have sour grapes because I took Mike McDonald from you.
This should be 5-3. I'm
Tough.
letting you know.
No,
If
I let you
didn't cheat-
have Bill Belichick.
If you didn't cheat,
I let you have Bill Belichick.
it should be 5-3.
I let you have Bill Belichick. You gotta work on your grip.
Your hands are soft.
My bad. Is that a good thing?
Pillowy hands.
Shake my hand, Nick.
Can't reach your hand.
Thank you for being a great game host. Are my hands soft?
It's very soft. I enjoyed it.
Thank you. I'm glad
It's
you
a good
did.
handshake.
Well, boys, not to end on a. That was a weird note to end on, but we're gonna end on it. That is all we have for episode 31.
Let's
What do I normally go with this? Oh yeah, if you want to work with or collab or sponsor the Turf Talk podcast, reach us at gabe.podcast@gmail.com. That is the best way for us to reach you in a professional and timely manner. And as always, follow on all socials so you never miss any content, any updates, even though we've been lacking a little bit lately. Me and Dom have been rather behind on some stuff. But we're going to get that back on track, and we're going to get the clicks going again. So stay tuned. And for next week, stay tuned for episode 32. This is just all over the place outro. Do you want to say
had it.
You want to say it with me?
Good.
Join the huddle and join the talk with the Turf Talk podcast.